You're now tuned into Don Chenz Makes Friends, presented by Linden Ave Studio, and I am your host, Don Chenz. Welcome to the first interview of my new podcast, this one with musical artist, rapper, entrepreneur, MRG. He's someone I met several years ago. We've been friends. He was on my first podcast in July of 2019. We did an interview and, earlier on in his career, but, I really was a fan of his music, and he's only continued to grow and cultivate an audience for himself. He recently put out songs Top Boy and Money Come, which have really, grown his fan base even further. And he is, somebody I think he's, really on top of everything. I know a lot of musical artists, and it just seems like of everyone I know, he's the most on top of everything, not just from the standpoint of making music, but also approaching everything as a business. As I said in the intro episode, if you didn't check that out, we did this several months prior to when this is being released. So a lot has happened since we recorded it. And, a lot of things we talked about happening in the future already happened. Most notably, we talked a lot about he had a show coming up in London, and that he had been messaging with a famous UK rapper named Big Narsty. So he not only had that show in London, and not only did he meet Big Narsty, but when he was in London, he met Ed Sheeran and was in one of Ed Sheeran's music videos. So he had, pretty crazy last couple months, to say the least. He also had one of his songs featured on Shade 45 on Sirius XM. I think this past weekend, he just had a show in Kansas City, so he's really been, he's achieving a lot of success. And it's cool having a conversation with somebody who, they're out of that early stage, but they haven't, crazy blown up yet. He's kind of, just starting to see that positive momentum, that positive growth in his career. So, there's a lot of interesting conversations we have. One last thing I wanted to show before we get into it. So when I first interviewed him in 2019, he gifted me, I'm showing the screen right now. He gifted me I think we talked about this, that the lines are blurred. If it's an album, an EP, a project, but it's his first project called Live from the Hearst. He gifted this to me. We did our first interview, and he signed it and wrote me a nice message, which I probably should have brought this when we talked, but forgot. Remembered I had it. I really should frame it. I've been wanting to frame it. Just keep it safe in a plastic wrapper. But here's the message he gave for me, which is in cursive. So the education system failed me because I can't believe he writes in cursive. I only know how to sign my name, and that's it. Somehow you managed to write this in cursive, which is honestly impressive. He goes, "To Vinny, aka Don Chenz. Thank you for all the love you show my music, and appreciate you having me on your show. We got to do part 2 after we both blow up. Much love, MRG." So, we did this. This is technically part 3, but part 2 on a podcast of mine, where, he's starting to blow up. So maybe when we do part 3 or 4, if you want to look at it, but maybe the next one we do after I blow up. So, but I really appreciate that. He always gives me a lot of positive messages and encouragement, and he's a really good guy, and I think you'll really enjoy this. So hope you enjoy it. Check it out. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and anywhere you listen to your podcasts. If you just listen to audio, Apple Music or Apple Podcasts, Spotify, whatever else. And here's MRG. What's up? Don Chenz. You're listening to Don Chenz Makes Friends. I'm here with MRG. This is the first one we're recording. I don't know if this is the first one's going to come out, but you're my first one I'm recording with. How's it going?
Hey, it's a pleasure to be here. First guest.
First guest.
Yeah, right.
Should I drop you first, or what? You want to be the cleanup hitter? You want to bat 2? Damn. You play baseball?
Shit, in high school I batted 4 or 3. I think I batted. I think I swapped between 3 and 4. What would you say the difference is between 3 and 4? Well, third, you at least hit in the first inning, obviously.
Yeah. I feel like your best hitter usually third, your power guy's going fourth.
So I was probably third because my boy was cool, 230. And he was a big dude. So
your big guy's got to go.
I was more of a contact hitter.
Yeah, I was usually lead off because I was fast. So I was usually the guy. Yeah. Oh, bro. Read what that shit says.
Wheels. Wow. What's your 40 time?
My fastest 40 ever was a 4.5 something. So not even that fast. But when I was a kid,
That's still pretty fast.
But when I was a kid, I hit puberty mad early. I've been this size since I was in 5th grade. So,
So you thought you were going to the league?
Oh, for sure, 100%.
Damn.
Yeah, nah, but I realized it by like, I guess probably my senior year of high school. I knew because I was I was going to be a professional athlete.
That's late as fuck.
Yeah,
that's late, bro.
But I'm saying that's like when it hit me.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
That's when it sunk in.
Like that's when I accepted it.
Okay.
Yeah. When
how was that acceptance?
It was okay. The worst acceptance was when I stopped playing football. Actually, I played football through college. When I stopped, I quit my senior year of college.
Oh, okay.
That was tougher to accept. Not like accept, but when I stopped, I was like, that's all I did my entire life.
So you wanted to go to the NFL?
No. I'm saying more so like I knew I wasn't going professional.
But where did you want to go professionally?
NFL. Yeah.
Running back?
Football. I was like running back, slot receiver, kind of both.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I thought I had a chance till like senior year when I was getting recruited. There used to be like some small D1 schools would come in and they pull me out of class, be like, oh, coach from so-and-so wants to see you. And then I go shake their hand and be like, this is Vinny. I'd be like, hey, nice to meet you. Like, all right, see ya. Because they would just look at me and say, this guy's too small.
So slot receiver?
Yeah. So I would just shake dudes' hands and then I'd leave. And I was like every meeting. So that's when I accepted I wasn't going to go pro. But when I quit in college, I realized that was like the first time I had to accept that I wasn't an athlete at all anymore. And that fucked me up.
That shit never leaves you, bro. I just hooped last night. I was feeling like a super athlete.
Yeah, but when did you stop playing sports?
I stopped playing baseball my senior year of high school.
Senior year of high school. So that's when you stopped playing sports?
I hung it up like voluntarily. I fell out of love with the sport.
And you fell in love with music?
Yeah, so I fell in love with music probably 16. So it was fucked up because as soon as I fell out of love with baseball, I just started killing, bro. Like killing. Like I was always nice, but you know, I'm humble with the music, but with the baseball, I'm gonna talk my shit, bro. I batted 500 flat senior year. Got the high school record
500?
for batting average, 500 flat.
Stop.
It's in the newspaper.
I need to see that.
Y'all can search it up. New York Post.
I need to see.
I batted 500. New York Post, baby. New York Post.
Damn.
They had a little poll. Voted for the best pure hitter. It was just popularity, so I don't think I won. I think I was like.
500 though.
Nah, on the dot, bro. 500 on the dot, and it's crazy. I learned a lesson my senior year, bro. First game, 0 for 4, 3 Ks. I was like, damn. 0 for 4, 3 Ks. And like anytime I fuck up right away off the rip,
yeah,
I'm like, yo, remember when you went 0 for 4 with 3 Ks and then you batted 500? I don't know what the deal is with cursing. We good.
Yo, you're good. You're good.
Cool.
Yeah, you're good. Fuck. You're good.
Yeah. All right, word. Yes, sir.
But see, what's good is like you accepted, like you voluntarily hung it up.
Yeah.
I was trying to hang on and you already had a lane. You knew what you wanted to do. I finished, I stopped playing my senior year of college and I was facing like, all right, I'm about to graduate. And I was like, I don't even know what I like anymore.
Damn. I feel you.
Like,
that's most people though.
Yeah,
that's
but I never
people.
like the thought, I never had another hobby.
Yeah.
I couldn't even tell you what I liked. I was like, I don't know what I like. I don't know what I like to do.
Right.
I couldn't tell you what my hobbies are. Like I had nothing.
Damn.
The only thing at that time was I was a meathead. I was a gym rat. So I was
okay.
That's why I was doing the fitness thing for a while. I was like, I don't know if I even like this. It's the only thing I know about me. Is I like working out. Like that was it.
I feel you.
So yeah.
But you like working out.
Honestly, not as much anymore.
Really?
It feels like a task now.
Yeah.
It feels like it's like a chore I got to get done. So I still like it, but it's probably because I'm getting more into this shit.
Oh, you want to be like...
Which is probably... No, I'm saying with like...
losing the love because...
Because I got other hobbies now, like I was saying.
I got you. Damn. How often do you work out?
Probably 4 times a week.
Damn, I hate working out, bro.
Yeah?
I play ball. I'm frail.
That gets it done, though.
I'll be on camera. I'm like, fuck it. Let me... J. Cole's my favorite rapper. He frail.
He balls. He
looks frail. At least I feel like he looks frail.
But you're tall.
He's a bucket. Yeah, he's 6'4".
Yeah, but I'm saying you're tall too, right? What are you, 6?
That's true.
6'1"?
I'm 6'2", 6'3".
Yeah.
I tell women 6'3". I'm 6'2" and a half.
I don't lie.
But when I'm playing ball, I'll be like 6'1", 6'2". But women, I tell them 6'3".
I don't lie. I'm a short king. I say 5'9", but I'm a real 5'9". I'm not 5'7". That says I'm 5'9". I'm 5'9". I mean it. You can measure me, and that's that.
Hey, half the year I'm wearing Timbs. I'm 6'3". I'm 6'3 and a half as far as Tim season.
Yeah,
goes.
it's nice. It's nice wearing like boots or something that gives you a little bit of a lift. I need that sometimes. It is good. So for anyone that doesn't know MRG, how would you describe yourself? I think this might be interesting. How do you describe yourself?
How would I describe myself? Damn. Let's see. I would describe myself. I feel like I'm just thinking of cliche ass adjectives in my head. Passionate, but I am. I'm very passionate of what I do. I think.
But what do you do? That's what I'm saying.
Oh yeah, you already know. Full-time recording artists. As musicians or just creatives in general, we can't be limited to just a musician. Like we're walking businesses.
That's true.
At the end of the day, So
that's good that you've always had that mindset. You literally. So we've been friends for a while. MRG did my first podcast I ever did. I also interviewed him on. I was working on a music website for a brief amount of time during COVID. We did that. So this is our round 3. This is gonna be the best one. Yeah.
Round 2. What was round 2?
Round 2 was during COVID. We did like a Zoom.
Oh yeah.
Some like short Zoom
I remember.
thing.
Yeah,
I forget what the single was you dropped.
Yeah, Feels 2. I remember that. I remember that.
Yep. So, but what was interesting was I remember what you used to describe yourself as. A lot of your bios and stuff would say you were a rapper.
Oh,
you specified rapper.
Yeah.
But I noticed you changed it recently.
Yeah. Nah, that's true. I definitely as you know, I do the melodic stuff a lot. I like to switch it up. I'm gonna start. I haven't dropped my first Spanish record yet, like full blown Spanish record. I want to drop that. So that's definitely not a rap song.
But you do a lot of, you mix the Spanish and English in.
Yeah,
a lot,
that's true.
Which I feel like not a lot of people, is that not
it's
common?
Crazy,
Which
bro.
I never thought about that. Like when I listen to your music though, you're in and out all the time. Yeah. And I would think that'd be more common.
Me too.
Because I feel like, especially New York, like big Latino community, and a lot of people are bilingual. I feel like everyone's either one or the other. They're either all English or all Spanish.
It's crazy. I was actually watching a Big Pun documentary, and he was not the founding father of that, but he was the one who kind of made it hot.
Yeah.
So I'm like, yo, there's really been nobody since Big Pun, R.I.P., who passed away 2 decades ago.
Yeah, a while ago.
So it's like, that's definitely my lane. I was on live 2 days ago, and it was like, yo, you got to keep that shit up, that bilingual shit. I did it heavy, my first EP back in 2017, but the second album, Live from the Hearse 2, I didn't do it as much, but the last Joe record, Money Come, I definitely did it.
You're doing it.
Yeah, and I think people were fucking with that heavy. So,
and that's your biggest song as of now, as of recording.
Hell yeah, definitely. Yeah. We got 500K on Spotify as of today. Probably like 1.5 million in terms of like Spotify, Apple, SoundCloud, YouTube.
What made you want to do a drill song?
I didn't want to do a drill song. That's the craziest part, bro.
Really?
I was like, because drill shit is very gang affiliated, very violent, and that's not really the person I am. So I was like, nah, this ain't for me. It's not really fitting to what I do. And then I heard a beat. It's kind of like drill chose me, bro. As crazy as that sounds. You know what I'm saying? Like I was more on some, I don't want to do it. It's like people would send me drill beats all the time and I'd be like, nah, that's not my lane. Like, and then I heard a beat online. You know what it was actually? The UK drill. Because
that was the first one.
I'm
pretty sure people say UK drill, I think, came first. I think before Chicago even.
I don't know about that. I think the drill type beats, maybe, I know drill started in Chicago.
You did it?
It did. But evolved. Everybody takes it and evolves. But Chicago is definitely
But New York drill,
but
Brooklyn drill came from the UK, I'm pretty sure. Because the first guy was working with Pop Smoke, I'm pretty sure.
Axel Beats?
I think he's from UK. I'm pretty sure Axel Beats is from UK.
Nah, you might be right. You definitely might be right.
I'm like almost certain.
But I said the UK drill is what like kind of inspired me to be open-minded about it. Because the UK artists are more, I don't want to say lyrical, but I noticed when I was listening to like Central C, French the Kid, Heady One, they seem more like vulnerable in their lyrics.
Yeah.
As opposed to a lot of shit in my city, New York, it's more like gang, gang, bang, but you know what I'm saying?
It's interesting how a sound gets associated with the type of content. You know, like that's what your not problem,
definitely.
but that's why you didn't want to do it, is because you felt like it was associated with a certain type of content, not just it was a sound that you could do.
Nah, definitely. And I remember this one comment stood out. I don't really get these comments, but it was this one comment. It was like, yo, this is a drill song. I want to hear about killing ops and I didn't reply to it, but I'm like, that comment right there is why I didn't want to do it. But that was kind of the only comment I got. So it's cool to talk about my life and just put my own sauce on it, the Spanglish shit.
I think you did a good job with that song too, because it has the right energy. Like that, like Brooklyn Drill, I could almost say, even if it's not that content like the gang shit, but it had that same energy and feel to the song, which is probably what's really more important to that sound than the actual content of the lyrics, you know?
Nah, definitely. And that beat was so hard. I remember it's crazy. Like, I wrote that shit on Christmas, actually. I was at my aunt's crib upstate. I was sleeping in my cousin's bed.
You asked Santa Claus for a hit and got one on Christmas Day, Christmas morning.
Yo, please
open it up under the tree.
please get me a drill record. That's all I ever wanted, to make a fucking drill record.
Sat on Santa's lap, pause. He's like, Santa Claus, please.
And I heard the beat, bro. I was like, yo, this shit is different. I actually wanted to do like a remix of one of my melodic shit. My melodic records, Young and Hopeless. I was like, yo, I want to do a drill version of a melodic record I already have out.
Yeah. Keep going.
No. So I found that beat and I was on the highway. That's usually where I do a lot of my like brainstorming and shit. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna see what I can do with this beat. And then I just heard the piano, the dun dun dun, and I was like, you know what, fuck it, let me freestyle. And I just go, circle too big, don't need no friends. And I was like, oh shit, that shit sounded kind of hard. And then I kind of went to the next 4 bars. And I actually was gonna do a verse for a Spanish artist. One of my boys, shout Joel Lisa Don. And on that record, I say his name is Adon. So I was like, Joel is Adon, yo soy el jefe, jugamos che, ya playing checkers. I ain't forget, tú estás celoso porque tu jeva quiere mi leche. And then I just put it on the Money Come beat and the shit sounded perfect. I'm like, you just never know when you write a lyric what kind of record that joint is gonna end up on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's true. Yeah.
Shit is crazy.
What I was gonna say before, what you said, that I realized too, listening to your music, like the Young and Hopeless thing you referenced, like I noticed that you also have certain lyrics that you'll like reuse it. And I don't think that's super common either. Like you just like Faded Off Your Love a lot in a bunch of your songs. Young and Hopeless, I think, was at the end of Money Come. Yeah, there's a few other.
Definitely.
How intentional is that?
It's pretty intentional. I think with the drill shit, like I said, it was supposed to be Young and Hopeless too, kind of the way I'll be doing like part 2 for records. And I just thought it was a cool way to end the track off, because I was like, I'm gonna do the drill shit, but I'm gonna end it on the melodic shit that I usually give y'all. So, you know. I
think it's kind of like branding in a way, because it subconsciously reminded me of that song. Like every time you do that, I'm like, oh yeah, that song feels too. Fade Off Your Love, I should listen to that. Like you kind of subconsciously get your other songs in my head when you do that.
Exactly, and I'm starting to come up, so I want people to revisit the shit I dropped prior. So you know.
So you use you have different sounds. So you say you're melodic, you just try to drill, you've done others. Yeah,
boom bap shit, you know, like.
So something I had with this podcast, which I think is similar to, I think you've discussed this in other places with like being an artist, kind of finding your sound versus being more diverse in the type of music you make. Mm-hmm. So do you find it fun to just fuck around with other genres? Do you prefer one? But do other things just because you think it's better for your trajectory as an artist? Or do you like genuinely enjoy trying other things? Or is there like, nah, I actually really like this sound, but I want my fans to get everything?
That's a good ass question. That's a great question. I never thought of it like that. Obviously Money Come is my biggest record right now. So
yeah, like you're just gonna start making drill shit now?
Yeah, my next record
one
is
you
drill
sent
shit.
Me, yes.
But I also fucking,
which will be out probably by the time this comes out.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah. And but I actually I'm not like, oh man, I gotta make this drill record. I made the record and I'm like, nah, this shit is fire. Like I'm coming for the drill lane. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like I'm in my own lane with it, because I ain't talking no, you know,
right.
I ain't talking no opposite. I ain't got, you know
I think the Spanglish thing is your own lane too,
yeah,
for sure.
Definitely. So that mixed with the drill, you know, I'm in New York, but I don't really sound like New York drill. So I'm coming for that drill shit for sure. Definitely. We're gonna take it globally. Cause I feel like the drill shit is very regional. Like the New York shit, only regional. The New York really. I could be wrong.
Which is pretty rare because rap used to be very regional and now it's not as much anymore. There's only like a few sounds that you can say are pretty regional. Like drill is one.
Exactly.
We were talking about like Griselda before. Like that's a very like regional Buffalo kind of sound. Outside of that, like I'm trying to think of like I remember being in middle school, I could just hear a song and be like, oh, those people are from New Orleans. They're from Houston. They're from like you can't do that as much anymore. It's not like as common of a thing.
Right.
Every city had its own sound at one point.
Except for the drill, like you said.
Yeah,
like
drill,
New York drill.
The New York drill
probably
shit.
from New York, UK, you already know the accent.
Right. Yeah. But I was bringing up like the trying different sounds. Like when I wanted to start doing this podcast, like so I'm having all guests on it. And everyone's first question to me is always like, well, what's your niche going to be, basically?
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want one.
Yeah, because it's valid.
And they're like, well, blah, blah, give me all the reasons. Sure, it makes sense. It's easier to get a certain audience, a certain demographic or whatever. But like, I don't want to just talk to one type of person. That's boring. I don't want to just do one type of thing. What if I want to do something else? Like, why would I set a rule on myself that I can only do a certain thing? I want to do whatever I want.
Right. Nah,
so I feel like but not all artists do that. Some artists feel like, oh, I only make drill shit. And they'll only make drill shit.
I feel that. Nah, that makes sense. I think with the internet, people are just way more open-minded. I was actually reading an article. I was talking to one of my homies, Nova Big Stepper. She's a dope artist. And we were talking about, yo, should we just pick a lane? Should we just experiment? And I sent her an article. Yeah, I sent her an article and it was basically like, I could be butchering the numbers, but it was like 80% of people can't be defined by a genre that they listen to. You know what I'm saying? Like they couldn't be defined as, oh, I only listen to rock music.
Right, yeah, no one does that.
I only listen to hip hop. So that's the argument for, yo, show your versatility. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I feel like the niche, even for your case, all creatives, like the niche should be discovered on the journey.
Yes, that's that's a great way to put it. That's exactly what I say. Like I almost say it sounds like I don't know what I'm doing, but
which is cool. Which is okay.
Yeah, which is okay. But I kind of feel that in some ways where it's like, I just want to do shit and I'll figure it out on the way versus like, you know, why would I only try one thing and what if that doesn't work out? Or what if I don't end up not liking doing that? Like I used to do the fitness shit. I don't fuck with fitness stuff now, but I felt like I had to just do fitness stuff.
Yeah.
But then, I decided I'm not going to limit myself to just that. And I do whatever I want. And I feel like some artists probably I feel like it's definitely more, like people are more experimental and explore shit now.
Definitely.
More than they used to, especially in hip hop.
I mean, shit, one of my favorite quotes is one of my favorite quotes is, we make plans and God laughs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like,
that's a good one.
I would have never thought my biggest record would be a drill record.
Right.
You could have told me that shit 4 months ago. I would have looked at you crazy. I would have been like, nah, you lying to me. You know what I'm saying? So
that's also your biggest just for now.
Just for now.
Yes,
yeah,
for
definitely.
now. Could be something else.
The next shit is drill. So
the next shit is drill. And also
that shit gonna go crazy.
It is gonna go crazy. I was listening to it on my way here actually. And I was thinking too, so you have a show we were talking about it a little bit, show in London coming up.
Yeah.
I see what you're doing, thinking ahead.
Word.
with the top,
with the top boy. Oh my God. Wait till you see the video. Actually, wait till you see the video. I know, because I know the record, this is going to be out after the record.
Yeah,
so it's not
probably.
like I'm giving spoilers
right.
away. But wait till y'all see the video. That's all I'm going to say.
Yeah, so check it out if you haven't.
Top boy. I've actually never seen the show.
I've never seen it either. Nah.
I was freestyling. I just said it. I was like top boy, but I ain't British, so. And the UK be showing mad love, so.
Have you been to the UK ever?
Never. Power to the internet, baby.
You looking forward to doing anything there? Besides for the show, obviously.
I'm looking forward to linking with Big Nasty, like I say in the song. On my way to the UK, told Big Nasty we finna link. Did that sound UK accent when I said it?
Did it sound UK?
Did it? On my way to the UK, so I don't even know.
A little bit,
I was
but
trying to, but I was like, fuck it. Like, it's gonna sound hot even if I butcher the accent. You know what I'm saying? I was like, fuck it, let me just.
I didn't know.
what I could say is I didn't listen to it and think that's a bad British accent. So you're fine. Either way, like that thought never crossed my mind. So whether it was good or bad, I never had that thought. So you're good.
Yo, you know why I didn't care to? Not that I didn't care, but like I grew up listening to a lot of like reggaeton, like Tego and Don Omar, Nicky Jam, Daddy Yankee, and when they were saying English words in a super Spanish accent, I was like, yo, that shit is fire right there. So I always liked hearing accents. I don't want to say butchered, but like foreign accents. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
It just sounds hot. It just sounds ill because it's like almost like an unknown thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So when I was doing that on my way to the UK, I was like, all right, if I butcher the accent, as long as it sounds hot on the record, that's all that matters. But yeah, I wanted to. He reached out and he showed love. He's has a huge platform.
He's a big artist.
Yeah, he's a big artist. It's funny. I was with my ex when he reached out. You know, he just hit me on the gram, and you know, a lot of, you may not be familiar with this, but a lot of bigger musicians might reach out to artists, but it won't actually be them. It'll be like, yo, pay me to get a spot on my mixtape.
Yeah, they all got teams.
So they got teams and shit. So I didn't see it for like 3 days because I was faded off your love.
Off your love.
You know what I'm saying? Just reconnecting, going back. And when I reconnected with my ex, it was like phones away. Not by choice. By choice. It's like, yo, I haven't seen you in 6
months. She had me at gunpoint and put your fucking phone away and pay attention to me.
Yeah, I haven't seen her in like 6 months. So I was very like, all right, it's the weekend. Like, let's catch up. And then I checked my request and I'm like, oh shit, who is this? I wasn't familiar with him.
I've heard
before.
it. I don't listen to him much. I actually went through a phase of listening to grime, like listening to UK drill a lot. Yeah. Like I love Stormzy a lot. I used to listen to like JME and Wiley a lot. Like I had a phase where I listened to that shit a lot. So I've heard of him. I haven't listened to much of his shit.
Right.
But I know he's a big artist for sure.
Yeah. No, so he hit me up and I hit him back 3 days later. Thought nothing of it. Thought maybe it was his team trying to piss on. And he was like, oh shit, you responded. I'm like, oh shit, you responded. You know what I'm saying? Like this is actually you.
It's really you.
And I share that because like that was the first time he'll always, even though we haven't met, I mean, we've chopped it up on WhatsApp or whatever, but I'll bring him up because he was like the first person with a big platform to like actually fuck with my shit.
Right.
Yeah. On a level where we haven't met each other. So
he'll Did you always get like a little bit of imposter syndrome? Like it's kind of what you're saying. You're like, oh, me? Like
a little bit. Yeah, definitely. Especially because my following on Instagram wasn't anything crazy. So
does the following really matter? Like, all right, so this is a good conversation topic. Right. How much do you think how much do you pay attention to numbers and how much like credibility do you give it? I mean, we can obviously say like some people fake their shit. That's like a given.
Most people. Instagram. Which I'll give 85%, not to interrupt. I'll give 85% of people got a fake following. Not total, but like, you know, a cool.
But I tell people that shit all the time. Like it's and to you and me probably, it's so obvious. Like you see it and you're like, oh, I feel like half that shit's
We're in the
fake.
mix. We're not the general
you can
public
tell
eyes.
You can tell from the engagement from other things. You could tell that shit's fake. And then people just buy it though.
Yeah. And I don't knock anybody for it. I'm not like, yo, he got a fake following. I just know long term that it's not the best play. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like it's not actually it's just getting you the look.
Right. But which is important.
But to your point, in the long run, that's not what's going to help you.
Exactly.
Yeah, at some point it's got to be legit.
Right.
But do you really pay attention to like your numbers improving and like how much you into your own stats, like where your fans are and all that shit?
It's crazy. I think of the law of attraction. It's kind of corny, which I never used to believe in fucking the past year and a half. I met a guy. Basically, one of my friends was spreading my music, and he put me on to like a plug guy. He's like in real estate. He's just a really connected guy, dope dude, Seeley. And he introduced me to this book called The Master Key System. And it talks about law of attraction, manifestation, all that shit that I thought was corny. I thought it was for lazy people who didn't want to work. You know what I'm saying?
Well, some people do use it for that. You know what I mean?
It's as an excuse.
Yeah, as an excuse. They're like, oh no, law of attraction. They don't actually do shit. They don't really get what it's supposed to
But if they actually knew the law of attraction and all that shit, it actually talks about how working and investing is part of the manifestation process. You can't just sit around and like it, you know?
Right.
But I share that to say is like, one of the main things about law of attraction is your internal reflects your external, right?
Right.
So I'm basically trying to say, like, before I would try and get the external to reflect the internal. So when you think of external, you're like, yo, I got to get these followers. Yo, I got to get these subscribers. Yo, I got to get these views. Now I'm at the point where it's like, yo, I want to make the best music. I want to make quality connections with people. I want to get engagement as opposed to views and followers. I want to make quality shit. And because I'm internally focused on that, now my followers are actually growing. You see what I'm saying? Like, I'm really owning in the real shit. I'm not worried about followers. I'm not worried about subscribers. Now they're just piling up, you know what I'm saying? And I love to see that shit. I love to go on my YouTube analytics and see the fucking hockey stick growth and see. It's amazing. It's a great feeling, you know what I'm saying? So, but you were asking if I pay attention. I think it depends, right? Like, what is your perspective? Me, I'm an artist, so I'm competitive. Naturally, I'll see a dude's following and I'll be like, oh shit. First thing I'll do is he legit, right? Yeah. I'll go to their Spotify, YouTube.
But even that could be faked, you know?
Yeah, people but I could tell.
Yeah,
I could tell.
You think?
I could tell.
I've been able to tell with some people, but most people I can't, like, I don't know.
People are lazy, bro. They're not gonna fake everything. That's another thing.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, you like you're not gonna fake every platform. That's fair.
People are lazy, bro.
Yeah.
If you're
trying to cheat, you're probably cheat the thing, you're probably a lazy person by nature.
It's crazy. I bought 2,000 fake followers, bro, and a month later,
you did it.
A month later, yeah, I did it. But
you got me.
I went from like 4,000 to 6,000, so it's not like I bought 10K. Like, I bought 2,000 followers. I succumbed. I really did, because I wanted to look. But I bought it and I unfollowed every single one. Not even for integrity purposes, but just on some, my content is getting shown to bots and they can't like it.
That's
so
true.
Now I have to pay for likes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I literally went through and I removed every single fake follower, bro.
Yeah, that's actually a good point, because everything's so algorithm based at this point that it's not just the number that shows, but you need the engagement. If you're not getting the engagement, that's probably hurting your reach in the long term.
Exactly, which is what a lot of people don't understand. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, they got me 2K followers. They got me.
I'd love to do that. That'd be sick. Just like all of a sudden, you look, I have 100K followers out of nowhere.
Yo, bro, I get feature requests from dudes with 100K, 150K blue checks.
Yeah, like never heard of them. And
I do my research.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even reply half the time, you know?
So do you think with your numbers going up, do you think that do you think there's a direct correlation between you improving musically and it's getting better? Or do you think it's just like one song happens to hit, or it's just being consistent with it? Like, how much do you feel yourself improving, I guess, as you've been going along?
Definitely. I still feel like I still feel like my next record is my best record, which is the best feeling. Because sometimes I'll be like, damn, how am I going to top this? And then a month or two later, I'll be like, oh shit, I did it again. So me being able to do that multiple times, I've kind of just gained a confidence and momentum. And a lot of it is like, it kind of comes in with the manifestation and law of attraction. It's like, I already feel that I always felt like I was one of the best artists in the game, but now I feel the success coming. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know, video games, when you simulate the season. Yeah. I just thought about this. I feel like I could simulate the next year and I'm going to be on tour. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm that confident. And I busted my ass for the past, like, 5-6 years. I've sacrificed and invested so much. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. That's something, too, that people don't consider. Like, you're getting a big following, you're starting to blow up, and then all of a sudden you're like, oh, he blew up out of nowhere. It's like, bro, it was 6, 7, 8 years, 10 years, however long it was.
It's the iceberg shit. Like, you see the tip of the iceberg, and under the water is the whole fucking infrastructure that is a majority of the mass and the shit you've been building, you know? So I get it. It's psychology shit. It's everybody, honestly. Nobody really blows up that quick. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they're
the internet's tricked people into thinking.
Yeah, exactly. And then you got, you know, industry plans, you know, shit that comes up. But even now, I feel like a lot of it is, people just get lucky, bro. People win the lottery. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And guess what? People who win the lottery, they go broke. Same shit with the one-hit wonders. If you're not prepared, you might be able to eat for a little bit, but you gonna see if you prepared.
Some people though, they do eat off a one hit. They do hit.
No, absolutely.
Some people are smart and they get one hit and they're out.
Nah, definitely.
A lot of
and there's nothing wrong with that. Like if you get the bread off the hit, you get the networking off the hit. Out of there. Yeah, nah, salute. But there are a lot of rappers and just musicians in general. They, and I'm not trying to hate. I'm just saying that sometimes in life, like, people just get lucky. You can't really compare your success because some people get blessed.
When you're working like
that.
But
even some people just get straight up lucky, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to say they didn't put the work in because it's going to sound like I'm hating, but like, yeah, people, because when you put the work in, character, losing builds character, bro, straight up. You know what I'm saying? When you take so many losses, it's like, you know what to do in a certain situation. And when somebody blows up so quick, they don't know what to do. They really haven't been there. You know what I'm saying? That's
true. Yeah, I like to think that because I've definitely taken my fair share of L's and get pretty frustrated with shit. But sometimes I think I always look at it as the people who succeed are the people who persist through the L's. Like some people, you get a few too many, they lose confidence and they're out, or it's just they're still trying, but they're not as dedicated. They're not as in it. Their heart's not in it. Right, and then it's just... you're going to snowball after that. But I like to think that, if you just push through it, it's going to pay off. You're going to start getting more W's over L's.
Definitely. I think it was a quote by Winston Churchill. It was like, success is taking loss after loss without losing enthusiasm. You know what I'm saying?
That's a good one too. You got lots of quotes today.
Yeah. I think Russ actually, he kind of brought that to light, but I'm pretty sure it was a Winston Churchill quote. But definitely, bro. Shit, losing... Man. And at the end of the day, like part of I keep bringing that book up just because it really changed my outlook. Like a lot of it is like, I'm kind of a control freak. I'm sure you're the same. You like to edit your videos. I like to edit. I like to edit all my music videos, all my content. I record myself. I choose the production.
It's easier sometimes. Like you try to explain to people, or it's not what you want. So my co-host from my other podcast, Men with Mics, go subscribe. He sometimes will say that he wants to do more, but he's nervous I'm going to be like, this isn't good enough, or get mad at him or something like, because I just do all this shit myself.
Nah, it's true, bro. It's true. And when you do, not even the idea of doing everything, it's like, there's just so many not obstacles. What I was trying to say is like, you literally cannot predict or plan certain things. So Sealy, who gave me the book and is kind of like a mentor, he kept asking me like, don't worry about the how. And I'll get frustrated. I'm like, yo, what the fuck you talking about? Like, I'm trying to figure out the plan of getting on. Like, what am I going to do next? He's like, yo, just don't worry about the how. Basically what the shit says is like, the facts don't matter as long as you putting in work and your attitude is right. And then I think of people like LeVar Ball, and I think of people like,
love LeVar Ball.
Just super confident, speak shit into existence. I don't care what the data says. I don't care what the analytics says. This is what I'm building. This is what I'm working towards, and it's going to come true. And for the most part, man, he's been pretty spot on with shit. So
I always love those people like LeVar Ball. Fucking like McGregor. I loved McGregor when he was coming up. Like guys who are like that. I love them. Those are the people I enjoy.
Steve Jobs, they said Steve Jobs is like that. Like he would just he would say shit and just, I guess he just had the feeling that it's going to come true. And he would be like, yo, I don't know how, but we're going to get this shit done. You know what I'm saying? So
there's something to be said with having the confidence that you can just figure shit out.
Yeah. That's like you like, yo, I'm not going to pick a niche.
Yeah.
Just figure shit out.
I'll just figure shit out.
As long as I'm putting the work in, people got to fuck with the content, obviously. And you loving what you do, I think, Or like because with him, not to interrupt, I'll be like, yo, I need to get a manager. I need to get this person on my team. It's like, do you really though?
Do you have a manager or anyone like that?
I have a business partner that I do the label with, but I have DJ Shuttle. He's been helping me out. He's definitely been a part of like the management team for sure. But in terms of like formal management, I still, because I've been able to do everything myself, so I haven't been able. Shuttle's been a great mentor, man. He's been in the game for so long, and he's an ill DJ, so he's somebody who I always want to have in my corner on my team, and vice versa. But as far as like a formal management signed contract, nah, I don't have that, and I personally don't feel like I need it yet because I'm able to do everything, pretty much me just doing everything,
Yeah, eventually it pays off too because you you're just absorbing everything. If you think about it, if you're an artist and you have everyone managing every aspect of your career besides for the music part, like you're doing the music, so your music's getting better, but you're not picking up the business stuff, the marketing stuff, the social, all those skills. And then like you're learning all those things because you're doing it, you're figuring it out, and you have a leg up on everyone.
Nah, it's true, bro. It's true. I'm almost, even though it's been not a struggle, but it's been a grind. Yeah. I'm fortunate because all these skills I have to learn anyway. So if you want to be the best in the game, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, bro, like I wish I had more time to record, because just between making content, doing the marketing, video editing.
Yeah, shit takes a long
real
time.
Life, and then real life, you know what I'm saying? Talking to the supporters, going live, reading messages on Facebook and Instagram. Like, man, it's like so overwhelming, but it's everything I wish for, right? Like, that's not my problem, but it's like, oh shit, I might be not frustrated, but I'm like, damn, I got to sit here and read all these messages. I might take one day of the week and just sit here for 5 hours and try and get through as many supporter messages.
That's important though, especially early on.
Yeah, absolutely.
Engage with your fans.
Absolutely.
You're definitely I've like gotten to know quite a few musical artists. Like from my last podcast, I interviewed a bunch, so I stay close to a lot of the people. You're definitely, of all the people I know, probably the most active in like your own marketing and like having hands. Like you're up on my ass all the time about like, oh, you got to get, like, I know you're big on Facebook, like, oh, Facebook, this, like you're even trying to give me game and shit all the time.
Yeah, bro.
Like, you're definitely very active with all, but it's important. You need to know that. And it's nice to not have to rely on anyone.
Yeah.
Like, you want to rely on someone when it's due to growth, not due to like helplessness.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like you want to be like, I just don't have the time because I'm getting so big. I have my hands in so many things, you know, I just need another person. I need to make it more efficient. But if you're like, I just legitimately can't do this without an expert, then you're kind of screwed because now your success is in someone else's.
Right.
That's kind of honestly why I started doing podcast stuff initially, was because when I started trying to do content stuff first, I was trying to do video things and kind of like out in New York, like, you know, like man on the street type of shit.
Yeah, interviewing people.
And then I was having problems with the people who were doing my video. Like trying to get them to, and then eventually
you can't do it.
Yeah, I need, like, when you're doing that style of content, you need someone else to just hold the camera. You know what I mean? So eventually I was just like, dude, I like doing podcasts. If I just learn how to do the audio, I could do this shit myself. Yeah. So I just taught myself how to do it. Now I could do it myself. And now I've, you know, starting to learn video and finding ways I could, you know, record myself and do the video. But that's really what it stemmed from, me literally doing all of this. Was I was like, I need to do it all myself because I don't want to have to
depend on people. That shit is frustrating.
Be stuck
bro.
with someone else.
Hell yeah, man.
Because not everyone is like, you know, sharing your, like, it's your career.
Right.
You know,
nobody has the same drive, personal taste. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I feel like even what I was talking about before, not to bring it back to the internal, external, like, do all the shit internally, you know what I'm saying? And then once it's like, okay, this shit is too much, I bet. Now let me get a marketing guy.
Right.
Let me teach him my sauce or whatever. Let me get a camera guy, or, you know, you might have somebody do logistics or chop up the content for you when you reach that level. So
that's all about efficiency, which is a good problem to have if you're trying to figure that out.
Exactly.
Do you ever listen to your old shit in Cringe?
That's a great question. I was listening to my old shit recently. I was looking at my Google
do you have music you didn't put out that if you heard it back, you'd be like,
no, that's what I'm saying.
Sucks.
Like old shit, like 50 songs that I never put out.
You should put them out.
Not yet. I'm too like
you're
fresh.
Still,
you know what I'm saying? I'm too fresh.
At some point, because like when I was talking about doing video stuff at first, the shit I have, which is still on my YouTube, people can find it. That shit is cringe, dude. It sucks.
Yeah?
Sucks. It's so bad.
To you?
Nah, it's bad. It's like you'll laugh at it because of how bad it is, but I like it because I like to think looking forward, it's going to be cool. Yeah. When I'm successful, and then you look back, because it's kind of like what we were saying before with people think it's, oh, he just blew up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be cool, like you're gonna blow up. Everyone's be like, oh, he blew up out of nowhere. Be like, nah, hear this thing. This shit wasn't good.
Yeah.
I had to work to get from there to there.
Grind, definitely.
You know? So I kind of like having like thinking like, oh, look at the cringe things I used to do.
Nah, I feel you. Releasing it though, that's tough.
Nah, you should. I think I'm gonna
maybe I'll do a mix. I'll do the highlight of 30 seconds of each song. Cause the whole song, bro. You know, with that.
Maybe. Like Jack Harlow, like have you seen those old Jack Harlow videos?
He never I don't think he released those though. I think somebody had them and they just dropped them on their YouTube channel.
But people like it. I feel like that was well received,
that's true,
you know?
That's true.
People were like, oh my God, look at this nerdy white dude.
But it's different because I think the perception would be slightly different if he released it. Honestly.
Maybe.
Because it was involuntarily out there.
I guess.
Because he wasn't like, yo,
like that.
Huh?
I can see Russ doing something like that too.
Definitely. I mean, I'll definitely share it with the world, but as far as like, you're going to be on Spotify and see one day, yo.
Oh, no, not on Spotify. No. I'm just saying like.
Oh, you're talking on YouTube?
Yeah.
I thought you meant like on some like
I'm not
take
saying
care
like,
package and shit Drake did? Okay.
Don't do that.
Yeah, I was like, nah. That's slow for that. That's slow for that.
No, I'm saying like you just post it on your Instagram or some shit or like a YouTube video. Yeah. Like that. Like, not like an official song release, but just like.
Oh, okay.
Just let people know like, yo, I had to work this hard to get to where I am.
Like the intro of a music video.
Yeah.
That'd
be cool too.
Hell yeah. Nah, no Spotify though. I got you. I thought you meant like that. I'm like, nah, that shit ain't.
Nah, definitely not. You're a beer guy.
Definitely a beer guy. Yes, sir.
Talk to me about it.
Man, I didn't get my beard. You were saying how you were an early bloomer. Shit, I didn't get my beard for real until 22, 23.
Yeah?
Yeah.
You can dish?
I do. I'm not honestly, keep it G. I've just been blessed with a good beard. I'm not a super like, obviously I shower every day and
You line it up yourself? Your barber do it?
My barber.
I
haven't shaved.
Yo, I don't. Yes, dude.
I haven't used a shaving blade since fucking.
Fuck yes.
When it was in the awkward phase, 21, 22.
Yeah, bro. Dude, that's so funny.
I probably forgot how to shave low key.
Bro, I definitely did 100%. I never, ever do that. My barber touches my shit. I don't do anything.
Yeah, me neither,
yeah.
bro.
Like I was legit. Someone's like, "Oh, dude, your beard's nice." I'm like, "Yeah, I never fucking touch it."
Yeah.
My barber, Gary, shouts out Gary, Euro Barbershop in New York. Literally, dude, I was driving. When COVID hit, I told you I was down the shore. I was driving to Manhattan to get my hair cut every couple
that's
weeks.
Loyalty.
Yeah, bro. Your barber's an important guy.
Nah, definitely. Shout out exclusive cuts.
Hell yeah.
Shout out James.
Yeah, you gotta,
Vic, what up? Samo, what up?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I was what was I saying about the beard? I do use beard oil occasionally if I'm going.
I never went beard oil.
I actually used beard oil today.
Did you? Nah, I just condition every time I shower, and I brush it. I'm gonna brush it, make it look good, and that's it.
What kind of conditioner?
I just get it.
I stumbled on a question because I think I just use Head and Shoulders conditioner. I don't even know what conditioner I use.
I just get like it's like a beard conditioner I just get from CVS. I forget what the brand is to be honest, but it just gets the job done.
Specific beard conditioner.
Yeah, I'm not deviating from it. It gets the job done. Once you find something that works, you can't fuck around. You can't be fucking around. Definitely. But yes, you're an elite beard. You have an elite beard.
Thank you,
I'm gonna put it up there for sure.
It comes with problems for the airport. They think I'm about to hijack the shit.
But you're not long enough.
Search.
If you were longer, if you went longer, pause.
No freaky. But yeah, they think I always get randomly searched. And I just kind of look like I'm from the Middle East. So
really,
yeah, I do. Come on.
I can see if you told someone that, you see it. I could see that. Yeah, like Egyptian or something like that. I could see. I get people say I look Puerto Rican a lot. I think
Italian and Puerto Rican is
pretty close. I'll get that a good amount.
Yeah.
That's funny. I was very curious.
Nah, definitely plan on getting a beard sponsorship soon. So
that'd be sick.
I'm a free agent.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Hell yeah. Definitely.
That's true because I mean, if you have a nice beard, you're a good poster. Boy for it. So
Rick Ross has a beard company. So I think it's just Rich Forever beard oil. Hey Ross, I'm here. I'm here. All
right, I just needed to ask that. So here's something I need to ask. You make a lot of songs about love.
Definitely.
Tell me about it. What do you think about it?
Shit, I'm a hopeless romantic. That's why I make songs about love.
Are you? Yeah.
I think I am. Honestly, bro, like, how can I say this without being super personal in terms of like my past women? You know what I'm saying? I don't like talking about without hearing their side of the story. You know what I'm saying? I don't like being the one with the
That's
platform
fair.
and then I'm telling the side of the story and then
Yeah,
they can never tell it. You know what I'm saying?
In some way with music, you kind of have to, but if you make it not too personal, then it's, you got to be able to speak from personal experience. But.
Oh, okay. I know what to say. So I feel that my soulmate was baseball and then music. And I feel like, I don't know, maybe this is a super personal opinion. Maybe you agree, maybe you don't. I feel like when you're super passionate and trying to do something in even like entrepreneurs, honestly, with startup businesses, like,
yeah, for sure.
My music label is a startup. I think that's our passion. That's our baby. And I think we can't really find another love, if that makes sense. Unless it's on some like first love, middle school, high school. Shorty been rocking with me since day one.
Right.
But in terms of like, I'm single now. I'm not going to find love on Hinge. I already tried. It was close.
Yeah.
I deleted the app.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That was the closest thing I came to love.
People are finding love with Hinge, though, I feel like.
No. Definitely. It wasn't a shot at Hinge. I guess it was more like, I'm so focused and like, this is my nurturing. This is my baby. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's funny because they say you find shit when you're not looking for it. Yeah. But I'm like super not looking for it. I might be ducking it. I might be like, yo, okay, maybe I see this from the side of my eye. Like, people tell me, yo, I remember people telling me like, yo, you have horse blinders on. You need to really open your vision. Nah, fuck that, bro. I got horse blinders on for the music and for like, I'm not letting anything get in my vision. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think
anything get in my way.
I think it's a focus thing, but it's also a time.
Yeah.
You only have a certain amount of time you can allocate. So if you're going to pursue something, that's got to take up the majority of your time. Yeah. It's hard to make something work if you're not giving it the time and attention it needs. Like outside of even just focus, I think it's more just time. It does take time. So like I'm trying to work on this. My girl's the best. Mm-hmm. And she she supports like whatever I want to do and is respectful. But there is some aspect of, well, I don't want to ignore her. I want to spend time with her. But then that detracts from this.
Do you think, and again, I know we don't want to talk about, so I think for the most part, time is the main love language of women. And at the same token, time is our biggest asset. You know what I'm saying? Is. Like my per hour rate, if I were to go back to corporate America, like I can't even put a number on it. You know what I'm saying? Like time is so valuable that it's like, I just can't give that up right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And when you fall in love, it's a risk on another person. You investing in another person.
You're both investing in each other. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like, nah, like it just doesn't make sense. And I don't want to be a shitty boyfriend. Not that you, I'm not saying you are obviously, but I'm saying like.
What the fuck are you trying to say?
But I'm like, yo, cause that's kind of how I felt in the past relationship. I felt shitty because I was so dedicated to this that I didn't have enough in my cup, like to give to my relationship. So I don't want to give a woman a half-ass. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong. Sometimes I wish I was like, damn, I just, everybody's like, yo, it's so cool to be an entrepreneur. Or not everybody's saying that, but it's like, yo, entrepreneurial is where it's at.
It's like, it is, it's like cool now.
Loser,
yeah, it's like cool. Yeah.
Bro, if working a 9 to 5 is what makes you happy and like, I don't want to say having a normal life, but just being chill, bro. More power to you.
Dude,
I wish I could.
I get jealous of people. Like I have friends who like work at corporate America, big bank or whatever, and they're just cool with it. They go drink with their whatever, go out to dinner, and they're just having a good time on the weekends. They go back to work 9 to 5, and they no problem with it. And sometimes I get jealous. I was like, dude, because I'm on the clock right now. My bosses think I'm working. We're doing this, but like. Yeah. I get miserable. Like the thought of working makes me miserable. My other friends are like, yeah, no, it's cool. And I'm like kind of jealous of it in a way because it would less stress.
Yeah, and you get to prioritize wifey or your relationship more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like,
that's true.
It's I guess the grass is always greener. But nah, I could never. I don't know. I feel like I'm very driven on this mission, and my biggest fear is regret. So like, I would hate to look back and be like, damn. I was out here being a lover boy when I could have been one of the biggest artists in the world. That shit would kill me, bro. I'd die of fucking depression, low key.
I feel you on the regret thing. That is, my therapist asked me that the other day, what's your biggest fear? And I said having regret.
Yeah, me too. Absolutely,
that's literally my answer.
Absolutely. Shout out to therapy. Shit, I've been going to therapy. My shit, I got the single Therapy. My album is gonna be called Therapy.
Oh, has that been announced yet?
I think so, slightly. I've just been taking a single route.
Yeah. Yeah, you've been doing singles for a while.
I feel like I want to be a super big artist because people don't listen to albums anymore. So I don't want to.
What's funny is that's why everyone says I believe that because I'm sure there's statistics that back that up. But I've shifted to I mostly listen to albums front to back. Yeah, I don't know why, but as everyone shifted to just singles, I started being like, I want to listen
for new artists,
for everything.
So you find an artist, you listening to their whole album.
If I find something I like, I'll listen to an album, and they drop a new project, I'll listen front to back. I prefer listening to because what I find too a lot of times is some songs. A great artist that this has happened to me with is Earl Sweatshirt. I love Earl Sweatshirt. Okay. But Earl Sweatshirt, like he'll drop a single and I'm like, this shit, I don't get it. It doesn't hit right.
Doesn't hit you.
In the context of the full album, it hits me. It makes more sense sonically. Like I get what he's trying to do. So I've had that happen with like other artists too multiple times. So something about that where I've started to change. At least that's just a personal thing because I know most people are singles.
That's a big time commitment too. Like, are you just working out listening to this shit, or
working out, or if I'm like working doing that, and I don't have to. When I'm doing this shit, I got to listen to what I'm doing. But if I'm doing something else,
mindless shit, right?
Yeah, I'll just throw it on. If I'm in the car, I'll do that. Yeah, so I've definitely shifted to that. But I like shorter albums because if they're too long, then I'm like, all right, you gotta take out the filler. Just give me the hits.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Nah, I feel that. But
everyone's shifting to singles. Like that's like it seems like that's what everyone's starting to do.
Just attention span. Don't get me wrong. My debut album, like either when I do a joint venture or when I just have a bigger platform, I'll definitely want to make a story and conceptually right while still giving hits. Because I feel like growing up, I wanted to be the best rapper on the block or whatever. But now I've kind of shifted to I just want to make the best music possible. Yeah. I don't really care if it's rap. I don't care if it's because regardless of the music I make, I'm gonna be lyrical. And I also think that simplicity is key. Like, at least for hits, it's hard to have a very complex hit. Because as musicians, we selling emotions, and it could be hard to sell emotions if I don't know. I've been struggling with that sometimes because I feel like even in drill or like Money Come, it's like, how can you say the flyest shit the simplest way?
Yeah, because you want then it gets stuck in your head. Then you're saying you're speaking from a lyric standpoint, right?
Yeah, lyrics matter. I'm not saying just to go because I say, I talk about going to rehab, right? Checking the rehab, I'm too lit. Like people probably don't even fucking know I'm talking about going to rehab. I talk about my Theo getting deported. People may not hear that shit. Like I'll talk about real life shit, but I'm saying it in a fly way where people could still turn up and be like, oh shit, I didn't even know you were talking about rehab. You know what I'm saying?
I always think that's interesting about hip hop too, where like there's almost some currency in being able, the wordplay.
Do not disturb. Oh, Squeeze. Should we give him a shout out? I was about to put ear.
Yo, where you at?
You're interrupting, bro.
Yo, I meant to.
Are you in the interview right now?
Yeah, nah, you good. I got a call, so I was like, fuck it, it's Squeeze. Let me put you on the air just to give a shout out.
Squeeze will be on a future episode soon.
You didn't come get the call.
I know. I meant to hit you. The traffic was so crazy. By the time I got to you, I was gonna but
All right, cool.
Yes, sir.
All right, dope. I'm getting a haircut right now, John Chenz.
Fuck yeah, let's go. A week ahead of time though? You gonna look good?
So you gonna edit out my hairline? You gonna edit my hairline?
I can work on it. I might have to pay a guy to do it if it's that bad, but I'll figure it out.
Yeah, okay.
Word. All right. Yes, sir. Good looking for bringing that shirt though. Peace. Shouts out Sweeze. The big stress of figuring out scheduling interviews
with MRG and Sweeze were where I was gonna use as my studio, and then B, you guys getting haircuts.
Worse. Yo, that's so true.
I just got mine too though. So
actually yesterday I was done hooping. I checked my barber's schedule. I'm like, damn, the earliest shot I could get is 2:15, which I clearly wouldn't have made.
Right. Yeah.
So thank God he was able to hook me up. He was able to open the shop early.
Good to be boys with your barber.
Yeah, nah, that's my guy for sure.
What were we talking about before?
We were talking about you mentioned something about therapy. Said your therapist said something was good, but we were also talking about. Then we got into the albums, And then I was talking about the singles. But damn, you mentioned something about therapy. You were like, my therapist says this.
Oh, the regret thing was like
oh,
that.
yeah, the regret. Yeah. Yeah, definitely my biggest fear. Aside from that, fucking, bro, cockroaches, water bugs. I was leaving a restaurant, bro.
Cockroaches do freak me out.
Water bug landing
rats,
on my
though.
face.
I'm more rats.
Yeah? Nah,
rats
hell
freak
yeah,
me
hell
out.
yeah. Nah, rats freak me out.
Because rats
too.
are huge.
Yeah.
Mice, I'm cool with.
Yeah, mice I'm cool.
Mice are
mice
cute.
I'll still get startled, but I'm not like
startled, but I'm not like scared. Like
Yeah,
rats, those things are
yeah.
basically the size of small dogs. Fuck those things.
Pokemon, bro. Like I think about fucking whipping a great ball out, having to catch one of them shits.
That's so funny. Yeah.
and then I'm scared of ghosts. The dark. I'm scared of the dark. Scared of ghosts. All right, so Lights by Ellie Goulding. You know that song?
Say it again.
The Lights by Ellie Goulding. You know the song.
Yeah.
That song, you know what it's about?
Nah.
That's what I'm saying. You see?
Oh, that's what we were talking about. Yeah. That's what we were talking
Oh
about.
yeah.
The
wow.
yes. That
Do you know
part.
what that song is about?
Nah.
You know the song though.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the song Lights by Ellie Goulding. Before I get into that, this is crazy. I have to tell you a side story. I was in love with this chick. And she's from the UK, I believe.
Ooh.
Which is crazy because
And you were hanging out with her, but you never been to the UK? She was here?
she was
lives
at
here?
Lollapalooza.
Oh.
And I had the choice to meet Kendrick Lamar or Ellie Goulding. And I chose Ellie Goulding. I'm going to lose some rap credibility because
Damn.
Kendrick Lamar is arguably the greatest rapper of all time. You know what it is? I'm more of a J. Cole fan. And Kendrick, to me personally, I just feel like I never got hit with the To Pimp a Butterfly. It was so conceptual and almost too complex for me, honestly. And I kind of like I guess more simplified music, honestly, bro. Like J. Cole, I felt I relate more to J. Cole than Kendrick.
Yeah,
you know?
I think that might have been what I was saying before, where it's
Yeah.
like, it's interesting with hip hop how artists, there's currency and, people get like more respect the more complex the wordplay is, the lyrics and being like a lyrical rapper or whatever, but it's harder to digest.
Yeah.
And that's probably why those guys have a harder time. Like the lyrical people aren't necessarily the biggest stars.
Right,
Kendrick
right.
Lamar is a little bit of an anomaly.
Yeah, definitely.
In that
definitely.
sense.
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
yeah, but there is but like I almost would feel like,
There's a ceiling, right? For like
Yeah.
for like the lyrical guys, the ceiling.
but I would want people to catch what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like, do you ever see like the Dissect podcast? That guy does a good job.
Yeah,
and he'll break down, repeat like MF Doom lyrics and shit like that. I almost want to be like, yo, don't you get what I'm saying, dude? And then explain it to them. I would struggle to say some fly shit if people not get it and keep my mouth shut. Just be like, all right, they just don't get, most people just don't get it.
But that's what I'm saying. Like even the Ellie Goulding shit, and the reason why I chose to meet Ellie Goulding over Kendrick Lamar was I had a crush on the chick.
Obviously.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I got to meet her, take a pic. This is before I had my beard too.
Oh.
Yeah, I look crazy. I look like a naked mole rat.
Dude, the thing with the beard too, what I always say to people, you're just gonna talk about beards the rest of the thing.
Right.
But mine, like, it shapes my face better. I
hell
got a
yeah.
more chiseled jawline
It's
when I
makeup.
do this shit.
It's makeup,
yeah, dude,
bro.
it is.
It's makeup.
Because I said, I was like, yo, I shaved my beard totally off during COVID.
Yeah.
Like when shit was crazy, I couldn't get to the barbershop. My whole face shape was different. I had like an
Yeah.
egg-shaped face.
Yeah.
That's not cute. This makes me look, you think I got a chiseled jawline. I don't. I got a rounded ass face.
We just look manlier. Women
Yeah.
want to see heterosexual women trying to
Testosterone,
get the
dude.
testosterone.
Yeah. Nah, I feel that. Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Beard is makeup for dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Makeup for dudes.
Oh, they said makeup for nudes. Like, y'all, I ain't gonna send you my dick pics, but I'm gonna send you this beard. But
You like that shit?
but yo, Ellie Goulding, right? Lights, pop song. Bro, that song is about her being afraid of the dark and she needs to keep the lights on. And nobody knows that. Did you know that?
Nah.
Right. So she ain't talking about how to pimp a butterfly super.
Yeah.
She's talking about, yo, I'm scared of the dark. You know what I'm saying? And nobody knows that for the most part. It's not common knowledge. People
Right.
singing it though.
Yeah,
So-
it's not very surface level. You'd have to be trying to figure it out.
But I think it is surface level.
Do you think people just don't pay attention?
Let's Google the lyrics. Let's see right now. If you have internet and if you can.
I do have internet. But you think people just aren't paying, like if people aren't paying attention,
I
then
don't
does it
know.
really matter?
Let me see. Cause yo, that's the thing. People want the melody and the feeling and the beat. You know what I'm saying? That beat is amazing. And she got the little accent going.
I had it up and now I'm getting this video.
I got you.
Here, I got
Okay.
it. There, you got it. Go.
Let me see. Let me put the screen with you. Let me see. All right, so I'm gonna just read this shit out. Cause maybe this is discreet. And maybe I just remember reading it on Genius and seeing an interview of her. She was like, yo, this is about me being afraid of the dark. All right, I had a way then losing it all on my own. I don't know what the fuck that means. I had a heart then, but the queen has been overthrown. And I'm not sleeping Now that the dark is too hard to beat. All right, that's a little. And I'm not keeping up the strength I need to push me. All right, so, and I'm not sleeping now. I'm going back. So I just said the 4 lines, but the third line, and I'm not sleeping. Now the dark is too hard to beat. Like, you can kind of see how that's.
Yeah.
Yo, I'm afraid of the dark. All right, so you show the lights that stop me turn to stone. You shine them when I'm alone. And so I tell myself that I'll be strong in dreaming when they're gone. I don't know what the hell this means, actually.
Right? Like, yeah. But does it matter then? That's what I'm saying. Like,
right.
Like, songs get popular, people sing it, but people don't really get what it means. It could be something totally different. Like, I don't know. I just feel like I'd want people to know, but then it also kind of tells you it almost doesn't even matter sometimes.
Yeah, this is crazy.
Right?
Damn. It's crazy.
And I feel like that's more of a thing in hip hop than it is in you know, like pop music or anything
Right,
like that.
but that's why I'm like mentioning this. This shit was like a top 100 Billboard, top 10 probably, honestly. And yeah, a lot of people don't. I mean, think about even the choruses. People, it's common all the time when people will just completely butcher the hook, and they won't even be saying some complicated shit, you know. So, but you were saying that as a lyricist, you would be like, "Damn, y'all not even catching my shit."
Right,
I would
that would piss me off, dude. I'd be so mad about that.
Yeah,
be like, I'd spell it out for you.
All right, so how about this? Would you rather people know what you're saying but not sing it, or sing it and not know what the fuck you're saying?
Sing it.
There you go.
Sing it.
There you go.
But I feel like the things people sing are a little more simplistic than like a Kendrick Lamar is not.
Right.
Yeah.
Nah, that's true. That's true. It's not what you say, it's how you say it, yo. Honestly, in the music shit, you know, it's all about the flow. Like, part of my game that's, how can I say this? I've elevated my game by freestyling and doing melodies. I'll just go in the booth, freestyle, do melodies, and I record myself. So it's not like I gotta tell the engineer, yo, and I don't gotta waste the engineer's time. I could be in my bedroom where I record, fucking doing that shit for 10 hours straight. So by me freestyling, I'm literally using my voice as an instrument as opposed to me writing the most complex shit. Now I got to adjust it to the beat. So it's kind of like not as naturally rhythmic. That's a word. Yeah.
Yeah,
you know
you're trying to match it. You're trying to like mix and match things that you didn't do together.
I've written for so many years that I can just mumble some shit and then adjust my lyrics to that mumble as opposed to write some shit and adjust my flow to the lyrics. I'd rather adjust the lyrics because half the time I'm not saying anything.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Which has completely changed the game for me. You know?
I feel like that's getting more common.
Hell yeah.
Like as rap has become more melodic, I feel like everyone's doing like melody first.
Yes.
And then you bring the lyrics in after you find the melody.
But the thing is, I feel like in rap is like people just do the melody and call it a day. Like I actually grew up on lyrics. Like I love lyrics. I love punchlines. I love all that shit. So I'll do the melody, but I'm gonna still hit you with lyrics. Yeah. That even if I didn't say without the melody, you'd be like, oh shit, it's some fly shit. So that's why I think that's also part of my lane too. Like, even if I'm doing the melody shit, I'm telling you some fly shit that even without the melody, it's gonna sound hot. That's why, like, if you put me on a track with Benny the Butcher or whoever these guys, like, I could handle my weight for sure. For sure, I would love to. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is just not. It's not as entertaining to me. It's like playing ball. Why would I post you up when I could shoot from the fucking 3-point line? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's just evolved. The game is more evolved.
That's true.
Having a melody is evolution. Honestly, it's like, why would you not shoot a 3? You know what I'm saying? Why would I waste all my energy and post you up for 2 points when I could just pull from the 3-point line?
Right. That is what everyone's doing in basketball, using that analogy. Yeah. Like
and
literally
statistically, it makes sense.
Big men just shoot threes now.
Yeah. It's evolution, bro. It's part of the game. You have to shoot a 3.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just, and another thing I always think about is like, yo, people are like, yo, Larry Bird and these guys won't be able to fucking play ball. It's like, yo, it's literally evolution. Like, the game wouldn't have progressed without these guys.
I think they would be able to.
Shit. Yeah, me too. For the most part, I think so. They be calling them plumbers. I'm like, bro, if these guys had the internet and had all the resources and knowledge that y'all grew up with, they would be completely different monsters.
I mean, you got to think too. I mean, we're just talking basketball now, but guys like Cat, like their dudes are just big men that just oh, everyone's shooting threes now. Like Brook Lopez shoots threes now.
Yeah.
Like that shit's crazy.
Like what makes you think? Oh, my fault. What were you gonna say?
No, I was going to say, like, I feel like if all these guys just decided everyone's shooting threes, I need to work on my game to shoot threes and not shoot threes. I feel like the best players in the 80s could have done that too.
Yeah, they would have just been like, oh shit,
I got to shoot threes.
Motherfuckers shooting threes. I'm 12 years old. I'm about to get my 3-point shot up.
Right.
You know what I'm
Everyone
saying?
been
So
doing
like
the same shit. Yeah.
That's my, and also like rap, like Cool G rap, Big Pun, like there would be no Kendrick Lamar without, there would be no Nas without Cool G rap. It's evolution. It's like, yo, they said some fly shit and now I'm gonna be influenced by them and say some even flyer shit.
Yeah.
It's just what it is. It will always be like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah, that's just the nature of it.
Yeah.
Before you were talking about...
Wait, actually, not to interrupt, because I know you love the fucking underground boom bap shit.
I do.
So how do you feel about that statement? Like, I feel like melodies, not to cut you off, but because it's something I think about all the time.
Okay, go.
I feel like melodies are like, why would you not say a melody? Why would you not say some fly shit and put a melody on it?
Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you're referring to for people, like we were talking about how I listen to a lot of Griselda and like Buffalo rap, which is no melodies in that shit. None of it.
I guess because it's dark, right? Because it's dark and gritty. So you can't really be as gritty
It's
with
gritty.
melodies.
It's hard to be melodic on a gritty thing. Although I feel like, I mean, you could say NBA Youngboy's pretty gritty and he's doing melody on his shit, I guess. So it's like, I mean, you can do it.
And look at where he's at.
Yeah, you can do that. But
even Lil Baby. He don't be saying the craziest shit, but he be melodic as fuck. Like why can't somebody be Baby melodic and Benny the Butcher lyrical? Wouldn't that be best of both worlds? Or you would lose the gritty, dark aspect of it?
I don't know. I just feel like the people which is not me, but the people that kind of music is appealing to, you're just going for, which actually is like what I listen to it for probably, is you feel like tough and it's kind of like a masculine thing. Like, I don't know. So it's like the darker it is, the more like.
So melodies aren't masculine. Or melodies are less masculine.
Not masculine, but less.
Masculine.
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's correct.
Yeah.
Not masculine might be the right word. I don't know what the right word would be. Dark maybe is just the right word. I listen to that. Like I'll listen to, although I don't even know if I even think it's dark sometimes. That type of shit.
True.
I don't know if dark is right either. Because like I'll listen to, like we were talking before, I like El Camino, like West Side Gun and those guys, and they're putting crazy samples with like all this singing in the beat and stuff. You know what I mean? So it's kind of in
melodies
the beat.
in the beat, right?
You know, a lot of times they're doing that with how they sample the shit.
Word.
And actually, that's the stuff I like the most. Like I like
beats.
that with where they're sampling old, almost sounds like opera.
Kanye kind of shit.
Yeah, Kanye kind of does that.
Chop samples.
But so there is still.
So you're getting that
melodies.
melodic
You're still
sensation achieved or whatever. I got you. That's valid. That's valid. That's valid.
Masculine and dark, neither of those are the correct word. I don't know what the correct word would be.
Yeah. I think masculine is valid though. I think that's valid. Testosterone and like bassy voice.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. But I literally am like two ends of the spectrum. I'm like a lot of R&B or that. I'm always like back and forth.
What kind of R&B?
Snow Allegra. Oh, shouts out. New Brent Faiyaz album is amazing. Word. If you haven't listened to that.
I think I see the tweet that said Brent Faiyaz makes music for like people who can't get bitches and shit like that.
Well, I have a girlfriend, so whoever said that, fuck off.
but I mean, that's what they say about all the Drizzy, all the great sad boys.
That's so funny.
I just found it funny.
You like the new Drake album?
I don't mind it. I definitely didn't hate on it. Drake is playing chess with everybody. Drake is like, he's ahead of everybody, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude is the GOAT of our generation.
What I was saying is everyone's hating on it first. I'm like, you guys are going to be bumping some of this shit that you're hating on in a few weeks.
I like Sticky a lot. This Sticky record is fire.
I like Massive. That was my favorite. But
Massive. I got to listen to the album again because I still don't. I've given it like 2 listens. But
it's not my favorite, but that I liked it. I enjoyed it.
It's a good piece of work.
Yeah.
And it's different. So like, it's different. I rock with it. I definitely rock with it. I'm a super old Drake stan. Like So Far Gone.
Really, I love
Comeback Season. I love.
To me, and it was probably also time for us. We're like the same age. Views, and if you're reading this, it's too late. Like that, 'cause that's like end of college time, like mid to late college for me.
So it's nostalgic.
Yeah, so it's like it like represents a time period. Like that's what I usually go back to.
Yeah, man, I was bumping Drake in 8th, 9th grade, and I think the thing about Drake is too is like he can go bar for bar lyrically with any of these guys.
Oh, yes, he can.
You know what I'm saying? And like people don't understand. Drake was probably like, I can be one of the best boom bap rappers. I could be the star of the generation. He said, I'm gonna be the fucking star.
He always could do that too.
Yeah.
It took people a while to realize. People like to hate on him in the beginning, but I feel like everyone is.
Yeah.
But you know what it is?
What?
His beard.
Nah. Cause I fuck with Drizzy before the beard. I prefer pre-beard Drizzy.
You do for a beard.
No freaky, no homo, no homo.
He looks better with the beard though. Pause.
I feel you. I think every dude for the most part, like you said, is more masculine and jawline better and shit.
Yeah.
It's like
it's the jawline. That's the trick. Like it's jawline.
It's the symmetry. I read somewhere that attractive people are like symmetrical, some shit like that.
Yeah, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right, so this is gonna be one of my last things I want to ask.
Okay.
So we were talking before about you've been getting more on the law of attraction and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
And you were saying how you use the analogy of you could simulate a video game.
I just thought of that shit now.
So what do you see when you see the future for yourself? What do you see?
See, that's part of the manifestation, and like the book calls it, or not the book. There was this other audio.
What's the book again?
So this book that I referred to earlier is called The Master Key System. Apparently, Bill Gates read it, and that was a big inspiration for being able to carry out Microsoft. I don't know how true that is, but he definitely has cited that book as like a important part of his journey or whatever. It's called The Master Key System, but then there's another audio book that's called Your Wish is Your Command. And this guy calls what's called the radar screen. So a lot of us think we're a lot smarter than we are. So they'll be like, yo, this is how this is gonna get done. But in reality, bro, like we can only see 1% of what's actually going on. Like there's so much shit in the background that you just can't plan. Like truth is stranger than fiction. Like nobody could see COVID coming or certain things to work out a certain way. Like I never thought I'd do drill. So when you say, yo, I said that to say it's like, yo, where do you see yourself when you simulate? I don't know. I just see a bunch of W's. See what I'm saying? Like I just see a winning season, championship season. I don't know where I'm gonna be at.
See, that's what I say.
Yeah.
You like that's how I think, but then I get pressed to be like specific. To be more specific than that. My therapist was pressing me on that literally today at noon.
But I feel like
he's like get specific. I'm like, I don't know. Like I don't know where it's gonna go. I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, but that's what I say. That's basically what I say.
We're in the creative industry. You can't fucking forecast streams, and it's not like we selling glizzies or fucking food. You know what I'm saying? Like where you can be like, yo, these units are gonna get sold. This is the cost. This is the projection. Like you can't project that shit.
Yeah.
And that's always been my biggest struggle because I'm a very analytical, numerical kind of person. I always love mental math. I'm very logical. Well, I think I'm very logical. Yeah. So the music industry and the creative industry has always been kind of like, that's been my gripe because it's like, yo, I need to plan out my books. I need to plan out my revenue, but I just learned to let it go. The shit is going to come one way or another. Just don't worry too much about the how and the specific base goals. Just put the work in, you know?
Yeah, I feel, especially with the income thing. I feel like that you'll know when to do that because you'll have the demand for it.
Yeah, hell
People are going to be on you like, yo,
definitely,
we need the merch, we need the this. When are you going to come to here? Like, then you know, like, then it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
You almost don't even need it.
And that's that's like the key part of the law of attraction and manifestation. It's like visualizing. I got a vision board.
I just bought a, like basically a bulletin board to make a vision board. And that's Casey's, but I have one literally at home. That's my plan. I'm going to make it a vision board because my therapist was pressing me on this shit, like to be more focused on what I want. Yeah. So that's what I'm trying to force myself to do.
Yo, that's half the battle. Honestly, what do you want? If you ask a person like, yo, if I gave you 3 wishes, what the fuck do you want? Some people might not even know.
That's me. I literally like only recently have I started feeling more like I kind of know what I want to do. Like I've been hesitant to even go full in on this. Like I still work full time. Like you've been like, you don't have that problem. You know what you want.
Yeah.
And that's like that's a blessing in a way.
Absolutely. OD blessing.
Because then you could say like all those times you're saying I'm focused on this, I'm focused on that. That helps you, immensely.
Definitely.
I spent half my time being like, I don't know what I want.
Definitely.
All confused.
But it's also a sacrifice. Like, man, I'm still living at the crib. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't got my own spot. Which is a privilege in a way, right? I can still live.
Yeah, it is, I guess. Yeah.
But it's like, who wants to be fucking 28 years old, living. You know what I'm saying? Like I sacrifice a lot. Like I don't go to those fancy steakhouse dinners with the boys or birthday parties.
Yeah.
I don't go on vacation. You know what I'm saying? So, but I willingly and gladly sacrifice that shit.
Do people give you shit for not doing those things? Everyone respects you.
People salute.
Yeah,
people salute.
does,
people like, yo, go get it. Go do what you got to do.
You probably hang out in a circle of people that get it.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, yeah, that's something I struggle with, to be honest, is that the people I mostly am surrounded with aren't creative types. Yeah. So I almost subconsciously feel awkward about like doing something like that, because I feel like, oh, all my friends are working at this company, that company. They're all working 9 to 5s. Like, all my parents, like, they paid for my college. Like, they're talking about having, privileges. And it's like, now I want to do this. Like, that's not what I went to college for. Right, it almost makes subconsciously holds me back in a way.
Hey, man, as cynical as it is, you born alone. Well, I don't know if you're born alone because your mom and dad are there. But at the end of the day, you got to make yourself happy. And you can't make anybody else happy unless you're happy. I mean, I guess you can be fucking depressed and try and make other people happy. But the people who truly care about you want to see you happy. Right. So if you're making them happy, but you're not happy, you're not really
they're not happy. They're not happy with that end result.
Yeah, so I've learned to be, you got to be selfish in the creative entrepreneurial space. You just got to be. And if people want to call me a dickhead or an asshole, then they probably not even rocking with me like that anyways. Because my real friends and my real people in my corner know what time it is when I say, yo, I can't do this, I can't do that. You know, so.
They respect it for sure.
And if not, fuck them. No, I'm playing. If not, I'm sorry. Like, I got to get my mission done.
Do you have any people in your head that, they're like, oh, they're not fucking with me like that, so I'm on?
Yeah, a little bit. But like, I always say this. I feel like I always say this. The Last Dance, the Michael Jordan shit, when he was like, yo, that's when I took it personal. Yeah. It'll be like that. It'll be like, I bet, like, you think I'm doing too much in here or you don't believe in the vision. All right, cool. I see you in 5. I see you in 2 to 5 years.
You feel like you have a lot of haters? I love that shit. I wish I had more.
Honestly, do I have a lot of hate? I would say I have more doubters than haters.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. Doubters is probably more of the case, really, than haters.
Yeah, it's not like, yo, I don't want to see him. It's like, yo, he ain't going there. He ain't taking it to where he's about to take it.
A lot of times that's probably projecting.
Yeah, facts. From themselves. Hell yeah, absolutely. Because nobody wants to feel like somebody else is doing some shit that they can't do. You know what I'm saying? They
don't believe they could do it themselves. It feels better to believe that person can't do it.
Yeah. Definitely. Absolutely. It's like when you fail a test, you want to fail with everybody else.
You failed? That was a hard test, right?
That fucking chick, she said she failed, but she got an A, fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? that one classmate that always like, yo, I probably failed. You get a fucking 98.
Freaking dork,
like, come
dude.
on.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying?
But I think about that, dude. Like, I love, like, that motivates me more than anything, that sometimes I'm like, I need to start doing better so I get more people hating on me, because that shit, I love it.
Yeah, bro. Definitely.
Which is weird. Like, I don't understand what that is, but that, like, I feel awkward. Like, sometimes people will compliment me and I feel awkward getting compliments. Yeah. And then when people, like, I feel like someone's talking shit, or like when on my other podcast, we'll post clips, they go viral, and a lot of the times it's half the people talking shit about us. I love that. I'm like, this is great.
Nah, definitely. It's
like, it gets me excited for some reason.
It's an ego thing. It's like a self-worth challenge. Can you take it to the next level? And it's true. Like, it's corny, but if you don't have haters, you ain't popping.
Yeah, shit. That's true. That's why I want more of them.
Yeah, nah, definitely.
But doubters is probably a good way to put it. Most people, it's doubters, and it's probably, like I was saying, like a projection of
definitely
they doubt themselves.
Nobody. It's always unbelievable until I forget the quote, but it's like, I'm a big quote guy.
You have so many quotes.
So many fucking quotes.
You write a fucking book,
I got quotes out my ass. But I've been starting to get a lot more haters because of the algorithm is pushing it to more people, since I have more of a fan base now.
Right?
Yeah, so it's like, you do want to have haters because it's Facebook not trying.
But what do people even hate on? Music. They just say,
I've seen shit like, yo, he's stealing Pop Smoke because it's a drill beat. I'm like,
yeah, like that's someone who doesn't know what they're talking about, and that's in that case, like,
yeah, it's like I don't even sound like Pop Smoke, and Pop Smoke is the king of drill. Shout out Pop Smoke. I'll always rest in peace, bro. Pop Smoke was like DMX of drill. I never said that before. That's facts. So he wasn't, because he wasn't lyrical, but his voice and his fucking
the energy. But that's what I was saying before. I think it's more the energy than necessarily the content of the lyrics.
I was actually saying to my boy, like, yo, Pop Smoke was like, I love to compare music and sports because I was an athlete first. Still am, because I get buckets. I have a tournament this Sunday. I'm I'm gonna try and get on film so I get some content. But like, I always love to compare music and sports. So I always thought of Pop Smoke as Shaq, right?
Yeah.
Because Shaq was just naturally gifted. He didn't really have to work that hard. He's still in the NBA, so he had to work. But let's be real. Who was in the gym fucking getting shots up? Kobe or Shaq?
Right, Kobe, yeah.
Kobe. So Pop Smoke is like Shaq. He was just, bro, illest voice, gifts from God. Yeah. And I'm not saying Pop Smoke didn't work hard. I'm just saying that he was just so gifted, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't teach that shit that he had. You know, and with Kobe, he was gifted too, obviously, but you know, he had to. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I do have a question for you. I know we might.
No, we're good.
So I say, first of all, shout out to Emmanuel Hansel. I think his name is Hansel Enmanuel. He's the player with one arm, the basketball player.
Oh yeah,
he's from the Dominican Republic. So
is he really? I didn't know
naturally,
that.
Like,
he was just in some commercial. I forget what that was for. Oh, was he with J. Cole in a video?
J. Cole was like narrating the shit. So naturally, Dominicans, we like very prideful, especially when it's especially in like a sport like basketball where we just starting to get, you know, Carl Towns,
right?
Al Horford.
Al Horford's Dominican? I didn't know that either. Damn.
Yeah. He was the first Dominican player to be in the finals. His pops was actually the first Dominican player.
Damn. I had no idea about that.
I'm trying to think who else. Francisco Garcia.
I've heard of him, but
there was a guy Francisco Lopez, I believe. He was supposed to be like the next Michael Jordan. He went to Louisville, but he kind of I don't want to say he was a bust, but he didn't live up to the hype.
Out,
but what was I saying? Oh yeah, so he's a Dominican. You've seen him, the internet sensation, one arm dude. So in the song, I say, in the new song Top Boy, I say I was in the gym shooting, but yo no te veo. I was in the gym shooting, but I didn't see you. I did this shit single-handedly. It feel like yo soy Hansel. So I'm like, I'm in the gym shooting, I don't see you. Yeah. I did this shit single-handedly. I feel like Hansel, you know, he got one arm and shit. So do you think you would feel some type of way? Is there any room to be like, like I'm trying to big him up while also saying I'm doing this shit single-handedly, like kind of alone, independent type shit.
Yeah.
Would you ever, can you see where it might be like, I don't like that shout out. I feel like, because I'm trying to just big him up. I want to make sure there's no interpretation for me trying to.
If it's offensive or like, no, not at all.
Okay, cool.
I mean,
cool.
he has one hand.
Yeah. and this shit is legendary. Like, nice. Yo, like, bro, he's already a legend.
Yeah. No, I don't think that
shit is fucking crazy, bro. Like, I know, you know, even people doubting him is like, people are like, yo, if I had one arm, I could never do this. Yeah. So even people doubting him, like, I can't wait to see him play at Memphis. I'm a big college I'm more NBA, but because I went to Villanova naturally, I got to see a national championship.
Jay Wright, he's out.
Yeah, word. Yeah.
But speaking of him with one arm, even I forget the dude's name, but dude, I think he was on the Seahawks, who's missing a hand.
Oh, word.
That guy's a linebacker. I forget his name, but he did that too. So guys, it's been done very rarely though. Very rarely.
That's probably the only. I feel like there was a running back too. Nah, it must have been a linebacker.
I don't know.
He might have like played fullback one snap.
Maybe. I'm not sure.
Yeah. But big shout out to him. I want to see him go to the NBA.
That would be sick. He's going to Memphis?
He's going to Memphis. Penny Hardaway.
Nice.
That's the coach.
Oh yes. Yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so yeah.
All right, so we're getting close to that. We should be wrapping it up. Do you have anything? So we don't know exactly what's going to be coming out. I assume it'll be before your London show.
Okay.
So that's the 25th of August.
Yeah.
You sell that out? Yeah.
I haven't sold it out yet, but I'm confident that it's about 120, 150 person capacity.
We're a ways away at this recording, so
which is
plenty of time.
Which is stressful because it's like, yo, all the ticket sales for the most part for almost all shows, unless it's like some like super A-lister Kanye at the Garden.
Yeah.
For the most part, at like the week of, day before. But now I'm confident it'll sell out.
You got any other shows?
I'm setting up a little Northeast, like Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, and I'm also looking into a Midwest tour. I want to get, people be like, y'all, some of my supporters are like, yo, I know you show New York love, you from there. I know you be showing LA, Texas. Do you fuck with the Midwest? I got mad love. I feel like as an independent artist, I'm an underdog, so I want to go to the smaller cities, the overlooked cities. I want to perform there for sure and go on a tour and really
call it the underdog tour.
That's fire. Shit, cheers to that. Shit, underdog tour coming soon. Shit, that's fire.
Yeah,
underdog tour, word. And then plotting that out. Top Boy coming. Oh, Top Boy will probably
Top
be
Boy's
out.
probably
Top
out
Boy
at this
will probably
point.
be
So
out.
run that and probably the video. So many flies in here. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, the video gonna be crazy. Y'all gonna see. Shout Sodi Sporty. Shout my guy Lux, dope streetwear brand.
And I'll put all things in the description of the episodes. Where can people find you though? Social?
Instagram at MRG. It's annoying, bro. My shit don't come up right away. I think Megan Fox comes up first because they assume people are doing a typo. Yeah, for real. Or Meg Thee Stallion.
Yeah,
but you might have to scroll down a little bit, maybe the third or fourth result. Facebook, MRG. I'm lit as fuck on there. You're going to find it right away. Spotify, MRG, Apple, MRG. SoundCloud. Should be able to type MRG in.
Yeah.
I've gotten to that. It's crazy because like when I first started, but when I first started understanding SEO, I'm like, damn, MRG, like there's a fucking watch company, there's a management research group. I'm like, fuck, how am I gonna get my when you search me, but bro, just putting the work in and getting bigger and bigger. Now I go to incognito mode and I type MRG on YouTube.
And it comes up.
My whole shit comes up. I'm like,
hell yeah.
I'm like, let's go. So yeah, you should be able to search MRG everywhere, and I should be there. So.
All right, so
yes,
this is gonna be the interview that catapults his career. So
yes,
once this drops, he's out of here. He's gonna be too big to be on any of my shit again.
Shit. Damn.
All right, bro. Thanks for being on.
Yes, sir.
Catch everyone soon.
And we gone.